Hi, so it's BBW-aholic here. I want to talk to you about, people have been talking in my group anyways about love and romance, and some things came up in my group because of some posts about love and romance and what is it, and then the other day I posted a picture when I was out with a pretty young lady and she kissed me on the cheek and we took a picture, and so it started that, you know, people in the group would post their pictures as well with their sweetie or lover or whatever you want to call it. And a wonderful new friend that I've only just started to get to know, and she seems like just a miraculous lady and very smart, and she has real stories to tell, real stories, and I love real people like that. And so, anyways, I'm gonna tell you a little bit about a conversation that I had with her, and basically what was posted on the wall. And you know, she said these words to me right off the start. She said to me, "Love touches us all. It is supposed to. That is one thing under it all, that we all have a heart," and that really hit home. And you know, her post. Her post on my group really touched me. I was almost reduced to tears, and I was at work when I read the post, and it went like this. For word to word, she said, "Everyone is posting pictures of them and their honeys. Here is mine. This is a picture of me and my husband on our wedding day. He passed away 10.5 years ago, 2 weeks after our second anniversary. He was one of the kindest, lovingest, sweetest men I have ever known. His name was Christopher. While he was dying, the EMS tried to see if he was coherent by asking him questions. He answered none, except when they asked, 'Who is this woman, sir?' He replied, 'My wife.' His last thoughts were on me, and his every thought was on me. I was loved well, and I will never forget how a man is supposed to treat a woman, and how a woman shows her appreciation to her man. Rest in peace, my love." Well, that was the post, and as you can see right now, I'm tearing up because it's very emotional to me to see that that kind of connection really is possible, because I wanted it all my life. And anyways, I struck up a conversation with her because I wanted to ask her if it was okay if I did this YouTube video about this whole post of hers and how it had touched me, and she said sure, and she didn't have a problem with it. So she told me it was a very special, very real thing, and since he met her when she was dying, and because he worked in a hospital and she was taken in to the hospital with a very severe bout of pneumonia, and it was so bad that they had basically asked her family to start preparing for the end and making plans for what to do after. That's it's a tough thing for any family to go through, but you know so she was in the hospital for a month, and she was 23, and she was sick and away from her family, and she was crying a lot, and she had come uh, into this hospital very ill. So she met this man, and he told her when he walked into the room when he first saw her, she opened her eyes and she smiled at him, and he said he knew he wanted to make her smile for the rest of her life. So wow, that touches me too quite a bit. So he said it was the most beautiful, brightest smile he'd ever seen, and that he knew he wanted to be with her, and he wanted to make her smile and laugh for the rest of his life. He just didn't know how that was going to happen at that moment, but by the looks of it, fate took a hand. The nurses would tease him, and his little girlfriend in bed 10 is asking for him, and he jokingly would tell them that he was going to marry that woman. Well, she met him in April, well in the hospital. She got out in May. Uh, she moved, so her phone number changed in July. She called the hospital and told told him about his Walkman that he had lent her, and she wanted to return it. And then she wanted to go there and see if, there was still a connection between the two of them. And she gave she gave him her new number, and she waited a while, and he called her around the end of July, asked her to go to the movies. She couldn't go because she had responsibilities taking care of her own child, and she had, some siblings that were younger, and she took care of them too. And so at that particular time, she couldn't go. So he went out and got some food, and he got some movies, and he came over and pretty much never left. And they spent pretty much every waking moment together for a week. And then he went home for one night, and they missed each other so much. So they moved in together in August. In September, he asked her to marry her, and she was in disbelief for 3 days. He asked her, and she accepted his proposal, and they picked the date of September 25th the next year. And I just wanted to share this with you, and just to say, true love exists. Don't be sad because you don't have it. That's not why I'm crying. I'm crying because it's touched me. Don't be sad because you don't have it, because, don't be sad because you've lost it, because you've had it. If you've had it, then, don't cry, because just be glad that that's touched you and you've had that moment in time. And, who knows, it could be right next to you or just around the corner, a day away, a year away, but there's no rush, in life, people do love you anyway. So, I just wanted to share that story with you. And again, like she said, love touches us all. It's supposed to. That's one thing under it all. We all have a heart. We all have a heart. Okay, that's BBW Lover for another day. Everybody take care and show some love. I love you all.